I think that what's left to talk about isn't fully focused in my mind.
Unless we want to talk about the general.
Mm.
Because we haven't talked about him yet.
He was very clear to me.
He was very clear to you?
Yeah, very clear to me. Like, his role and his character flaw were very clearly portrayed as opposed to the more subtle ones, which makes perfect sense because he's in that warrior.
He is also the warrior. He
yeah,
also has that
in the
inability
box,
to
the warrior box, which was so, as I said before, was so clearly portrayed in this production.
That his flaws were vivid.
Yeah, he wanted to
the perfect warrior.
He wanted to honor this this valuable, precious defender that had saved them.
Multiple times.
Yeah, that had saved them multiple times. He wanted to give him the honor, and the honor of Coriolanus, and he wanted to make it as, he wanted to honor him as much as he possibly could because he believed he was worth it. And logically, the next step in that is to become is to gain political power by being a, what was it, consul?
Yeah, I think it was
something like that. And so he just wanted to add that honor to the wreath. And
that was just, he didn't want it.
Yeah, he didn't want it, but he was like, you deserve it, you've earned it. You're gonna have it. He even
said, I will beat you to a pulp if you do not accept this.
Yeah. Yeah, so he said him, boom, go that way. You're going that way. I'm saying you're going that way. Get going that way. And Menenius greased the wheels to allow him to get further in than he necessarily would have. And then his mom forced him to go back even when he tried to leave. And or he gave in to his mom when she forced him to go, when she wanted him to go back. She guilted him. That was one of the other, that was Coriolanus' inability to say no to the people he trusted when he felt that it was untrue to his heart. That was
his biggest flaw.
Yeah.
Not his pride.
No,
not his pride at all.
No.
It was his inability to say no to the people that he trusted.
To let himself doubt what he knew was true and say, okay, well, maybe I can. Let's give it a try. They know what they're talking about.
Because they've been right before.
Yeah.
But that was in the context of the warrior.
Yes, that was in the context of the warrior.
Not the politician. Yeah. Ugh, they should have known!
I think I'm done.
You think you're done?
I think I'm done. I think, do you feel like...
Well, I just enjoy doing this so much that I could continue picking it apart.
We could continue picking it apart. I feel like it would be unfocused and not necessarily something that other people would get out, would be able to get something. We've talked about this like 2 or 3 times before, which is why it comes out, parts of it came out relatively clearly in a coherent linear fashion. And then, with spirals, and
we like spirals.
We do like spirals. Evil grin. Okay.
Okay.
Wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
And circles. Okay. Yeah. Instead of squares. Whoa!
There's something there.
There is something there. Why the square and not... Well, we talked about this. Why the square and not the circle is because there's so many angles. There are corners.
There are angles and it feels more confining.
Yes.
Even though it's like the same
volume
or surface area.
The square is much more There is no room for turning. There are linear lines. They are parallel. They are conjuncture? No. Perpendicular.
Yes,
Perpendicular. Perpendicular. While a circle, it's a natural, it's line, it's a curve, it's welcoming, so the square was the only possible thing we could do other than the circle, because...
What if it had been a triangle? No, triangles are friendly.
Triangles are strength.
Triangles are strength. You build things with them.
Yeah. So triangles wouldn't have worked either. Squares don't have strength. They aren't welcoming. They're actually quite angry. Have you noticed that they use squares for angry things?
Yeah, squares and rectangles.
Yes. I think it's because of the corners.
And because it's easy for them to go, and become rhombuses. Oh dear, I don't know.
But it had to be a square. It could not have been any other shape. Because of the innate character of a square. Circles are like fractals. They are found in nature. You don't really find squares in nature. Squares are man-made.
And the constructs that we make within which to confine ourselves. And, okay.
I thought I felt Shakespeare coming out of there. It was like a sonnet was gonna come.
I don't know, maybe there'll be one. I don't know, we'll see if I remember it later and whether it decides to keep going.
But it was man-made. It was man-made.
Yeah, it was, the warrior square was drawn by his son, and the black square was drawn by his enemies.
Where was the third square?
You told me there was a third square. I said the third square was the grating, and you told me that I was wrong.
No, the third square is the silver next to the grating.
I liked when the red square was highlighted.
Oh.
Especially when he was pacing.
Oh my God,
when
yeah,
he was
when he was
pacing and
pacing.
it was highlighted.
And he was walking the warrior square. He was battling with himself along that square and his pride and his honor. Oh!
The square.
The square
just died in your arms tonight. And the spinning.
But when else was it just highlighted? There was a specific scene where the red square was highlighted, not just that one.
Yeah, no, there were
like
three. I need to see it again.
I know! Oh!
And it's on the other side of an ocean!
Roar! But there's so many aspects of the squares. See, my original square was the silver lining next to the grating was his childhood innocence. Silver is a warmer, not a warmer color, but silver is a
pure color.
Yeah, a pure color. It shines. It's got this innocent glow to it. And the warrior square is red, and it's painted by his son, who wants to be a warrior. So I always thought, who wants to be a warrior like him. So I always thought that the silver square, I'm sorry,
it's okay.
The silver square was his childhood innocence. And then the red square was the warrior, like was his and his son's desire to have the warrior's honor and to be that honorable, noble warrior. And then the black square was politics. Fudging cookie biscuits. Politics.
I won't put politics on paper, it's a mania. So I refuse to use the pen in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania. Refuse to use the pen. That just happened.
Yes, it did.